They call it Slate? Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Clean Slate. I'm so excited to be here today because I have a very special guest who is the sort of runner of a successful series of compilation albums called Cop This. I'm sure you've seen them. A auteur, I don't know what that word means. What's the word I'm looking for? Someone who does art gallery stuff. A curator is what self-described curator, and then just an all-round awesome person, nice to have around. We've got Hollie McLaughlin in the studio with us today. Hollie, come on in.
Hello. Lovely to be here.
Get the cans on.
Cans on in the Mooney compound.
How's your day been today?
Yeah, fantastic.
That's good to hear.
Brushing up on a few things, keeping warm.
Keeping warm. Now, in preparation for this episode, I asked you to send me a few songs. And you put me through a loop because you sent me some very, very specific songs that I had to sort of base the rest of the songs around. We're starting off with one that is a little hint. It's Funky Little Beat by Connie. Tell me how that relates to the playlist that you've come up with for today.
Well, I was tasked with a 6-song playlist and I really wanted to be funky. And I thought, what's funky? Piggies. Pigs are funky in multiple senses.
Yeah.
So we went from there.
Yeah. Do you think pigs maybe sometimes get upset by the fact they can't look up because there's so much of dancing as neck movement as well?
You're so right.
Yeah.
They're just popping their little trotters.
I was surprised by how many songs are based on pigs. And while I was looking, I had to narrow it down to pig-based songs. So hopefully you've got some ones that'll surprise you and stuff.
Some fun stuff.
Yeah. What do you like about funk music, do you think?
The bass, slapping the bass, I think.
Slapping the bass. Have you ever tried to play, I think I've asked you this, but have you ever tried to play an instrument before? Or?
I did maybe 12 months of keyboard lessons.
Yeah, okay.
With the school's Indonesian t-shirt, Boo Hoopak.
Yeah, okay, that's an awesome music teacher name.
Yeah, and not so much remembering the instrument as much as her toddler crawling at my feet as I was trying to play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's nice. You need to be in the zone for that sort of stuff too.
Yeah, so I think that was why my music career has failed.
Okay, yeah, well, I think we should learn bass as a group. Is there a band that has nothing but 8 bass players? Or
I think we could track that.
We can make it happen. Because I was talking to someone who does performance in a live show that's essentially just 10 drummers just wailing with some dancers on stage. So
we'd love to get a part of that.
10 drummers, 10 bass players.
Yeah.
50 dancers.
Yes.
That'd be exciting.
Drum off, bass off,
Drum off.
pluck off.
What do you listen for when you make your albums? Cop This. Is there a theme that you go into with something in mind?
What important music do I need to introduce to the Australian music landscape is usually how I approach that.
What's Australia missing? What's that Berlin style, that famous German style?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, famously, I do not hear or comprehend lyrics.
Yeah.
So it just has to sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a familial disease, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried to listen to lyrics?
Not make sense in my head.
Nice.
Me no get it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's just more noises, really, which I think is why I liked, for a period of time, the sound of autotune so much. And specifically, maybe Young Thug and stuff like that, because the voice is just like an instrument. I could not tell you a single thing he said apart from the fun ones that he does.
It is an instrument. You're so right.
It's crazy. Have you ever tried autotune?
No. Should I?
We've got something to do after this, I think. It should be a real treat. Because, obviously I had my big phase back in the year. What year are we in? 2022?
2025, yeah.
So back in late 2010s, I guess then, which is, God, so long ago.
What a time.
I found out I nearly graduated uni over 10 years ago now.
Well, you?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah,
I think 2016.
Okay, well, I don't want to think about my stats.
Well, I also don't want to think about the fact that I've not used a single bit of my degree.
No.
Hey, it's time for you to introduce your first choice, your first song.
First choice that we're going to play for you this afternoon, or whenever you're listening, is The Funky Bump by Pino Presti.
There we go.
Presti even,
but we know him as Presti.
Presti.
Yeah, it's like knowing a good friend.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Pino? Do you know anything about him? It's okay if you don't.
I did a quick little search. He, obviously career started in the 70s, but most recently he has composed tracks for an Italian kitchen and bathroom
That's awesome.
brand. And I
Which
think...
one?
It did not list
Just didn't
what
say.
it was, but I think Reese and Middies could be doing more to reach out to Australian composers.
Hey, how many people work for Reese and Middies? Because the amount of T-shirts I see it's like half of the Australian population.
Yeah, well, what that is happening there is fantastic marketing strategy.
Yeah, okay.
Hand that out to every electrician you know.
So is it just like they go to trade shows and they just give you a T-shirt? And
You just rock up to any shop, I think, and they're like, got
you
one of
a shirt?
these? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's smart. So he's doing this sort of stuff.
He's doing that sort of stuff,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I think that would be useful. There's always people open shops and stuff and they deliberately think about playlists for it as well. I think very underutilized.
I have delved into that world a little
Mm-hmm.
bit and some interesting concepts coming out. I can tell you that Michael Hill Jewelers asked for an Ibiza poolside vibe to play in their stores.
Really?
Yeah, that was the brief.
When was this? Recently?
Yeah, probably 2023.
Wow.
Did a bit of a rebrand.
I wouldn't have thought, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I wouldn't have thought that fit well with the Michael Hill.
I wouldn't have
mindset.
either.
Right.
But who knows what's going on
I did a Michael Hill Christmas party one time, and I don't know if we're going to get sued for defamation at this rate, but I planned a Michael Hill Christmas party one time. And it was one of the craziest ones I think I've ever done in terms of, not even in terms of the spend. The good people at Michael Hill are spending their money wisely within the corporation. But more so just like the people were really kicking off, going nuts.
Awesome.
So, which is as you should. I think people hold back way too much at Christmas parties.
Go silly, you sell a lot of diamonds.
Shine on, you crazy diamond sellers.
Exactly.
God, I love them so much. We should listen to it for a small amount of time. This is cool. I don't know if you can see what I've got coming up next as well. I'm so sorry to stray from the funky Piggy timeline for one moment.
Well, what is a piggy if not a funky worm?
Oh my God. We're thinking existential.
Ohio players coming right up.
This is Ohio players coming up.
She's here, Mr. Johnson. Okay, thank you very much. Granny?
You'll notice with these,
You're a little late.
or I've noticed actually, or clocked it whilst making these, that so many funk songs just have a stupid bit going the entire time, the whole way through it.
I think it's the bit.
Yeah.
I think it's kooky voice work.
Yeah.
Get Nancy Cartwright on one of these tracks.
That's the voice of Bart.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It took me like 2 seconds to be like, Nancy Carr.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite voice actor?
Oh, big question. I don't know if in terms of voice actor, but Fred Armisen, my man.
Okay, yeah. Does he do voice acting?
Yeah, I feel like he just pops up and stuff, pretty much doing his own voice.
Right, okay. Nice. That's how you do it. Just do the same voice the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funky. That's
What do you think about it?
Awesome. It's bringing me back to an incident that has happened in my office this
You
week.
have to tell me.
This poor girl Ava, sitting across the room, live maggots started falling on her head from the ceiling.
Is that for real?
That is very seriously what's happened.
Where did that
this
come
week.
from?
This is the roof.
Where in the roof is that?
In just some light fitting
Wow.
maggot infestation. So, I guess a maggot is a funky worm in a way.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Is that why you, getting maggot often turns to like very good times as well?
I think so. I think it all comes together. Yeah, getting maggot is inherently funky.
Yep. I'm trying to think of a Venn diagram that's funky and worm, and then somewhere in the middle is just getting pissed. So, yeah, that makes
It could
sense.
even be a 3-1, I don't know.
What's the third one to you? The pissing? The getting the act of getting pissed?
Yeah.
And then what's in the middle then?
The running off piss.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, God. I like funky worm.
That's it.
And they also do this thing in this one where they just talk about a manager still screwing over the funky worm. So even in the 80s, funk couldn't get away from an awful manager.
Always been up against it.
Always been done.
People listen to this. This is really funky.
Is that the next one for you? All right. Do you want to tell me about it?
This track, recent find of mine, the cover art alone And let me
Crazy.
just describe for you at home.
Yep.
It's a series of tap shoes in a Warholian style.
It's good use of that word.
Yeah, pop art. Lovely. And it's by the Funky family. Funky Zone.
Keeping it going. God, that was smooth. I'm flying by the seat of my pants and we're still getting there. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. I'll turn this up.
The Foley go crazy.
That's what I was going to say. There's so much Foley in the songs as well. I think I've got some other ones that are coming up and it's just like... We're in one that's called like Armed and Dangerous and it starts with like just police cars and then being like, we're trying to find a man that's armed and dangerous out there the whole time. So, missing out on more songs. Imagine if freaking Taylor Swift just did a full theatrical reading of something at the beginning of a song.
Imagine
I'd be
Hunch of
on day.
Footsteps or something. It doesn't take much to elevate a piece.
Oh my God. What's your favourite dance move? Do you have one?
Now, this I developed for the song Inner Smile by Texas.
Yep.
But it's a little bit of a...
That is,
Yeah.
I have seen that.
And I'm restricted in this setting, but
I can only imagine if you let loose.
you can let rip.
I don't think the world would be ready.
Have you got one?
I don't actually. I mean, I guess I just go for a variation of a two-step every time. But it certainly does get tiresome. But you and I both have, so we both have different interpretations of the word choreography.
Oh, what's
Which is
your
cool.
choreography?
So when we were young, we made a with Car Wash. No, sorry, what's the movie that Car Wash was in? Fish Tale. Is that what Shark Tale?
Shark Tale.
Shark Tale just came out, and we were loving the rendition of Car Wash in that song. So we wanted to be working at the car wash. It was huge. So we were in the back seat, me and my sisters, three abreast in a
Yes.
Subaru Outback.
You're in the middle.
I'm in the middle. I'm holding it down rhythmically. And yeah, we made like a whole routine to car wash, but it had to be done in the car because it was only arm work. But then my mum was like, well, this is awesome. And then would make us perform it when people came over to the house for dinner. But it would just be us standing there, looking at the car wash. Whoa, like
Seated on the couch, it doesn't have the context.
it gets a bit
of-
dry
yeah,
after a while.
yeah.
I think she'd make us stand up for it as well.
Oh,
which,
no.
yeah.
Kind of.
But yeah, do you want to run through what your interpretation of choreography is?
So my choreography is swerving at any given moment to the beat, pumping the brakes to the beat.
Yeah.
It kind of developed from when I bought Star Wars The Force Awakens on CD for my Hyundai Getz.
Oh.
And I had the classic Star Wars theme playing and went into a bend, and it was this really cinematic moment, and I thought, yeah, that feels good.
We're onto something here.
Yeah, and then I've explored different genres, I guess.
I could see that happening, especially with Dark Mofo and stuff, where they just did that performance where they crashed two
The
cars
crash
into each
car.
other.
Awesome.
I think that's like taking the points off a ballet dancer when you think about it. Like, they've got such potential for something there and they just squandered it with a car crash.
True, because I actually have a third definition of choreography.
Yeah, please.
And it is when you're like on a freeway and there's a first lane, a second lane, a third, and the first and the third will both merge at the same time.
Yeah,
And
okay.
there's something you're like, that's ballet.
That is, yeah, it's definitely rhythmic, especially when people honor it. I love when I see efficient merging, and it's just like, I feel like it's the same experience as when like people part the seas for an ambulance or something like that. You're
Exactly, yeah, yep.
like, life's gonna be
It's
okay.
Community, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. That's what we need to work on. How do you feel about the growth of road development in Melbourne?
Not fast enough.
How fast that you want more?
Road development I've seen this week, very sweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with like rock stacking at
Yes.
like a beautiful seaside, smooth stone? Someone had stacked broken bitumen
Okay.
on Gipp Street this week, and I thought, yeah, okay,
That's
they're
really
bringing
nice.
it. They're bringing it to the urban areas.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, but I think it speaks to road development in this country.
Is that meant to be like a meditative practice?
Yeah, so you know that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Need I explain?
And with that, let's enjoy the high moment of this song. That's very controversial what you just said, though. It's okay that we can move past it, I think.
Some censorship is okay.
Through the power of funk, anything is possible. But yeah, pigs certainly would not like to hear that. What's your least favorite type of agriculture?
Honestly, pigs.
Yeah, okay.
Disgusting.
Swines.
Swine. Yeah, I didn't want to drop the S slur, but
We're getting out there. Yeah, the swine is a crazy name. Like, because, oh yeah, I guess cows and stuff have bovine and stuff like that, don't they?
Yeah.
What's chicken to that?
is that poultry?
Oh yeah. Or is that just a product?
Oh, yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
not sure. Avian.
Avian. I want to go where chickens are, like, endemic, like where they came from, you know?
Oh, yeah, I feel like some desert oasis. I don't know. What's it? Yeah.
I feel like it'd be like seeing a footy player at a bar and being like,
Wait.
I didn't know you.
you.
You can come. All right. I've got, hey, some Kool in the Gang. Are you familiar with the Kool in the Gang, the very, very famous funk band?
I certainly am.
Yeah, okay, well, I got...
Kool with a K.
Yeah, I got Funky Man coming up, which I think is the song I used to dance my little tushy off by myself to when I was
Funky
younger.
Little Man, yeah.
Funky Little Man going crazy in the parents' living room because I guess at the time I was into breakdancing, which everyone knows about, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, and again.
Like any song with screaming.
Look out, look out. Here comes the Funky Man. He's going to blow your mind.
Funky man,
Ooh.
talk to me, funky man. My name is a funky man.
I'd love to be in the studio when they were workshopping the voices for this. Do you want to give your...
Yeah, do you think there was like back and forth on it? They were like, you got this one.
Give it a bit more growl. Oh, yeah, it's maybe like a one-take Jake sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be your... If you were a town crier trying to alert the town that Funky Man is coming?
Man, you can't do nothing.
Funky man!
That's perfect. See, me, straight away, my ear... Funky Man's coming. I got to get the hell out of here.
Have you got one?
No. No, I do. I would probably go for like a Funky Man. Try to like let people know from afar.
Because it could be fun.
It could be fun. I'm trying to keep it playful, but then my tone would change and maybe I'll go for like a Funky Man later.
No,
on.
you don't understand. Funky man.
No. I don't think you're listening to me when I say Funky Man. And then you got one. This is. I've got to post the track list afterwards, all in one, because it is so much fun to read out in a sequence. Because I've been reading it to people, and I'm not going to spoil anything by saying any of the other ones, but I've been reading it to people, and the feeling of going through it track by track is just
A little bit of a she sells seashells.
Yep.
Funky vibe.
exactly right.
Alliteration.
The biggest funky down by the. I can't do it. Me and my friend went through a big phase of doing, just saying everything like it was a tongue twister. You know, he just like enunciated it really hard. But just for an example, like, there's a SodaStream bottle in this room with us right now, and I was like, "Can you get the SodaStream bottle and bring it to me, please?" And then that would just be some of it. It's a good vocal warm up.
Brown light fitting with an ambient light.
There you go. It's up there. It's off camera, but you're going to have to believe us. It's a good brown light fitting. I got it on Marketplace. We got this on Marketplace too.
I heard.
You've seen it before.
I have seen it,
Yeah.
and I can appreciate the type of go-get that would have been required to fit that.
I was carrying it downstairs, back style, like my back was going downstairs.
Oh, like a snail.
No, I was going backwards down the stairs, is a better way to say it. And I did see my life flash before my eyes as well.
Had there been a banana peel, things would have been different.
It would have been very humorous,
Yes.
but very painful at the same time. Speaking of banana peels, you going crazy about this new Super Mario? Hold that thought, because the song's coming up. Hey, you want to introduce your next song?
Up next, we've got John Ozila with Funky Boogie.
Now, this is not the one that you can find on Spotify. We're going off the books here. Is that correct?
Original stuff.
What is the one on Spotify then? Because it says it's the same one, but it sounds different.
It does sound very different. They've gone a little bit 2004.
Yep.
push up vibe.
Great, by the way. Push up. That's I just remember that guy on, is it America's Got Talent or Australia's that did push up? It was Australia's Got Talent.
Was that William Hung?
It was William Hung, and then he performed at the finale as well. I had a hat.
Deservedly so. You had a William Hung hat.
No, I wish. That'd be awesome. But I had a hat that was signed by all the people of 2002 Australian Idol.
Oh my god.
It's like the crew, yeah.
Nolsey.
Ricky Lee. Seba.
Rob Mills?
I think so, yeah, it would have been. God, you don't know the spoils you have until you lose them.
Now was that? I've forgotten his name and I feel so awful.
Oh.
My hometown hero, one town over, Kerrang.
Oh, yeah.
Wasabi.
Lee Harding.
Was
Yep.
he season 4?
He just feels perennial to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, evergreen.
And yeah, then when was that lovely Irish fella that did the soprano singing?
Oh, Damien
Lee?
Lee.
Yeah.
Much later on.
I had that CD in the car. Not when I was a kid, when I was much older. It's good. He did that rendition of one of them. He probably did like a Danny
I
Boy or
think
some
he
shit.
did like the Everly Brothers or something. What is it?
Yeah, it was an old crooner song. I love it.
Unrighteous. Hang on.
I guess
Melody? What
I
is
guess
that?
we're going to have to do a
Yeah, I
second
think
one.
within
Second death, we'll put it on there.
Damien.
Damien Leith only. Now, what did I want to play for you now?
Unchaste melody, I believe, not unrighteous.
Unrighteous Melody is cool. I'm standing by that. Do I have another one for you in this theme? No, I think we're... Yep. I think we're transitioning to the second half of this wonderful theme coming up. Yep. Not enough chibi-doo-wahs. Or shabba-baboons.
Bit of doo-wop.
Bit of doo-wop.
Need more of this.
Little ski-woes, maybe. Oh, wish I was in Barber Shop Quartet.
Could see you in a hat.
That'd be nice.
Straw, bow tie. Yeah.
Suspenders.
Yeah. Bit of that work.
Yeah. God, I need some Foley in here. That'd be fun. I should cue this all up with like just suspender-based sounds. Oh, you can help me actually. If you were to think of a hot cue,
Pistons.
what would you put on there?
Kind of like a car screeching to a halt.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's like news just in or something.
News just in.
Yeah.
Bit of an awooga.
Oh, it would be nice. Didn't know if I would put like a sitting on the toilet or something like that.
We want classic that. Sitting on the toilet be good.
Yeah, I'm just going Vine sounds only.
Scarlett
Actually.
takes a tumble coming off the table. That'd be a good one.
I don't know if I know that one. What is it?
A woman singing on top of a table and then it collapses under her.
Is she the one who says who's singing "Doing the Percolator" or is that a different one? Okay, yeah. Because I know the one doing the percolator and then it just falls backwards.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen off a table?
I mean, most likely, yeah. But
Okay.
not this immediately springing to mind. You?
No, not recently. Probably again. One time I tried to jump over a chair though, and I hit my balls on it really hard when I was a kid. It's that one.
Ouchie.
Ouchie wah
Maybe
wah.
that'd be a good.
I was reading about disco recently as well, and how much people hated it when it was first a thing. Are you familiar with your Christmas?
I am familiar because I am not familiar with the name. There was like the Disco Derby or something where
That's exactly the one. Yeah.
that trick.
That's crazy. Don't do that.
That was, and I loved Kiss and stuff, but that's not warranted. That's not old mate.
No. And yeah, just burning records and stuff.
Yeah.
God, it really shows how much, how cheap records must have been back in the day.
Yeah.
That people were willing to do that.
Let us have it.
Bring it back. And then B, yeah. Don't do that.
Stop.
Hey, this is a public service announcement.
Cut it out.
I got one coming
It
up.
would smell crazy.
It would smell awful too. I was thinking like the pollution on that would be nutty. Like that thing in Chicago, I want to say, where they released 8 million or billion balloons or something. Yeah. Do you ever see that?
No.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yes, I have actually. And it was like, chaos ensued.
Yeah. It's It's like famous for like the worst publicity stunt the city's ever done. But to me, that would just be like, I don't know, White Knight or something, I think.
It's very white, yeah. That was the precursor for White Knight.
What's your least favourite Melbourne thing? Actually, maybe I'll say the words for this. Now, this one's a bit lyric-based. I know you've never listened to lyrics before, but this is spoken word. This is Robert Wyatt, who was in a couple things back in the day. Bands, I think is the word for it. I used to be on the Cans, which is also the Tubs even. And then had an accident, became paraplegic, and then had to just do a whole solo career.
Whoa.
It has some very interesting stuff, so I'll let this one.
Well, we're driving through Wiltshire. Very nice countryside, sky, ground, all that sort of thing. Natural marriage of natural resources. And I'm looking out the window because I don't come from that part of the world. And I said, "What's that over there?" And it was sort of a sort of low grey concrete thing. It was all surrounded by fields, really nice trees, but there was this sort of low, like a sort of a large square of concrete, like the foundations of a building that hadn't been built. But it had little walls, about a foot high or something, would look like that, maybe 2 foot high, 2 or 3 foot high. And in fact, it was a sort of, the top of it was a sort of flat roof. And I thought, oh, I see. And then I pointed as a car got past it. I said, what was that? And the country person who was with me said, oh, that's where they keep pigs. I thought, oh, yes, I see, that's where they keep pigs. And the sun was shining down, and grass was green, and it was all very lovely driving the country. And I suddenly thought that what that building must have been like from the inside. Pigs. In there. Pigs. In there.
What a beautiful segue into the second half of our playlist here.
Yeah, we've got you nice and funky. Warmed up with the funky. Time to get piggy with it.
In there.
Pigs in there is about the rest of this track list, actually.
In there.
They are in there.
Which is good.
Pigs.
And then you got...
I want to live in there.
Yeah, do you know anything about Baby Beserk, who you've queued up next? Do you want to introduce it?
Not much.
Okay.
New band, I believe this was released in 2024.
Yeah.
A trio from Amsterdam.
Yep.
They played the Great Escape Festival this year.
Where's that?
I think it's the UK.
Okay.
But apart from that,
Nothing?
absolutely zero. The album cracked me up. It's called Hysterical Girls with Pills.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. That stuck out to me.
Wearing Pills? Is it?
It's slightly Hysterical Girls with Pearls. I think it's the official title.
I got the slightly, which is quite important.
That's all right. I mean, you can just be fully hysterical. That's all right too, isn't it?
Pigs.
I like this one when you sent it through. I really enjoyed it.
The what, sorry?
I like this one when you sent it through. When I was listening through it.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
We should go to Amsterdam one day, I think.
Are there pigs in Amsterdam?
I'll ruin it if not. I'm not
Or are
going.
they're referring to something else.
I still haven't eaten pork since coming back from Japan.
Oh. Something put you off there?
It's
or-
too much.
Oh, ramen, but of course.
So I'm going to let my stomach settle and I'll get back into it.
I last night had a pork on bone rice soup. And
What was that?
I don't know, somewhere.
Okay.
Uber Eats.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Look, it was okay, but the collagen-y bone, a little bit disconcerting.
Bit of gristle on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I eat the bones. You know that about me. Not actually pork bones,
As I
but...
was eating that, I was like, you'd be just munching this up.
Yeah, okay. I'm more a chicken bone guy, but
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be ridiculous if I was eating pork bones.
not yet.
Call someone if that's happening. I want to let them. I'm trying to think what this reminds me of. A song.
Yeah, song maybe. It's a few different, aspects, layers going on.
Yeah, what do you-
I can't put my finger on it.
What do you call this genre, would you say?
Well, actually, there's one more fact to know about Baby Beserk,
Hit me.
and consider like a mashup of music and fashionistas.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
So what do we call this?
Hence the pearls, eh?
Post-fashionista
Yeah.
synth pop.
That would be probably exactly it. Nice.
And you'll be waving your badge, just to look just like a coward.
Is this an ACAB style one or
Even considered.
is it waving badge and stuff? So I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps.
What are your thoughts on
Where's that mute button? Oh, it absolutely is. I had not considered any of the lyrics. As per my usual, it's very police-based. Is
least
there a
you're-
police officer that you would dedicate this one to?
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't know, actually. I haven't had that many run-ins with the police, thank goodness. I'm probably more dedicated to, like, tram staff, the ticket inspectors and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, actually, I know an exact one.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to describe them?
She's got red, probably breast-length hair,
Okay.
partial to a fleece vest over, like, you know how there's different types of uniform?
Yeah.
When I worked at the party shop on Manor Zebra Road, she was the most difficult customer that I
Really?
ever... This was outside of the tram network,
Wow.
but she was wearing the uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just dedicated to just like, maybe it's just a mindset you have to do.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do like psychology testing and then if you like fail it by all other standards, they're like, you are perfect for this role.
They're like, you've got enough.
They give them the trolley problem and they're just like, I don't get the issue. And then you're like, get in here right now. But,
We want you at the helm.
oh God. I was talking, I think I had a 45-minute chat about public transport the other day when someone came into my house. Someone came into my house and we talked about it.
Oh my God. They were invited for a conversation.
They were. It was Rosie and Jeremy. Who you know, I think.
No, I think I do know.
Yeah,
that.
okay, cool. It is cool. Anytime you got a synth bass line, you can keep it simple
Yeah.
and it still catches me.
Bit of moaning, bit of weird noises, which is maybe that's a funk influence. A bit of
Yeah.
vocal scale, ooh ah.
I sent you one similarly as well recently, but I want to listen to the song, like especially at the gym, I want to play it and stuff like that. But then every time I play it, I forget the first like minute and a half is just someone like moaning into a microphone. I'm like, this is gonna be buckle in.
Yeah.
Bit saucy for 6 a.m. in the morning, I think maybe.
Well, you're gonna have to have sensory hour at Tuesdays at 2 p.m. or something at
Yeah.
Coles. Maybe you come up with erotic hour.
That would be awesome.
Hey, I think they'd actually love that.
Dim the lights.
Yeah.
I'm just standing at the front in a full latex suit.
I'm into rubber.
I don't think I'd be into rubber.
I don't either.
Too much sweat.
No.
God. It's too much money as well.
Eagle Leather do have 20% off everything for end of financial year. I did
Oh,
get a video today if anyone's interested.
Is that the one that's on not Huddle?
That's
or is
Hoddle
it-
Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to just quickly say, abolish Hoddle Street.
I want to abolish Huddle Street. It is the worst street in the world.
Yep.
And I'm calling that. I've been to some other ones. Hey, you're up with the next introduction.
Up next, we have Breakaway by Big Pig.
Big Pig, I feel like, has had a big resurgence.
I think it might be a different. There's two big pigs out there.
So this is what I was
The
confused
big
by.
pig you're thinking of has two eyes. Like, I think it's big, huge.
I did know that.
Yeah. But I made the same mistake.
That has to be,
Illegal.
or at the very least, like, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Have these people heard of SEO? Is what I ask myself.
Exactly. Is Big Pig Australian as well, or?
I think.
Oh,
yeah, I do
gosh.
think. And these guys were from Melbourne in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I watched the music video for this morning while I was getting ready. It's nutty. Cool stuff. We need a video format in this.
Yes.
It's just like your classic 80s video. Which, have you seen old Super 8 ads as well to follow on that?
Oh, yeah, but
Awesome. It's crazy.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that kind of you
feel
know,
like-
campaign artistry.
Yeah. I feel like Rivers came around and people were like, you can do that? Or
Yeah.
you just whisper into a slideshow of shoes?
Yeah.
I've always wanted
Graphic
to
only. They actually really did change the game.
Yeah, because before that you had to put effort into ads.
Yeah.
And now we've got KFC just saying, hey, they changed their song. It's not I Don't Care anymore.
What is it?
It's... Who's that Australian rapper that we saw them at Meredith or Golden Plains that one year?
Rapper?
Rapper is being reductive there, sort of like pop.
Teether and Coolio and Neil. No.
No, that would be Genesis Owusu.
Genesis Owusu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe I have seen one of them. Yeah.
But yeah, that stressed me out, that performance.
Can't really recall.
Exactly. That's why I was so stressed out.
Yeah.
Having a moment to myself.
Yeah. Frightening little moment.
I need a cough button on this thing. Can we get a cough button and can we get a glass of water, please?
Please.
Yeah.
I'm parched.
Yeah, did my PA greet you nicely on the way in?
So nice.
Thank
yeah, you really
God.
hired well.
Oh, it took forever. I've been
It is an investment when you're hiring staff.
PAs.
Any staff member.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's so
Financially
true.
as well. Like people don't consider that.
Yeah.
Training, etc.
Oh my goodness. I was I don't know if they're going to see this if I speak about it, but I'm meant to be. No, I don't know if I'm going to get. I don't know if I'm going to get. This is too hot for the air. We're going to let the music play. Again, I'm going to have to cut you off if you keep saying stuff like that. But
I can't be helped.
that can't be helped. It was the baby Beserk that got you cooking.
Yeah.
You heard ACAB and you're like, we can do anything on this show.
By the way, this song, a cover.
This one?
Yeah.
Of what?
Breakaway.
By who?
I can't remember. I've not heard it. I just saw it before and was like, okay.
Apparently this is in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure as well.
Never watched it.
I only watched it semi-recently and it's way different to what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I had a bit of heart to it actually. I was surprised by like how much. I was like, oh, this is cute. This is fun.
Go Keanu.
Keanu. All right, last song is all yours.
Final song from me is Pigbag. Papa's got a brand new pig bag.
That one was the definition of, that's a very fun thing to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about Pigbag.
Nor do I. I
Okay.
think they're maybe English. Again, late 70s, early 80s.
I think it's like ska influenced.
Yeah, I
but
feel like a bit of a blueprint for punk and ska, but
Sure.
didn't really get the
the flowers they
no,
needed.
no flowers.
Get Pigbag a bouquet
Get
stat.
something.
I don't know how I feel about ska.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which ones?
all of it.
Okay.
Well, not all of it actually, but I did sew myself a checkerboard fabric skirt,
Right.
so I think I have to be into it because I did that.
Do you think you're into the aesthetic of it all or the music as well?
Bit of both, and I would say 20% into it.
Okay, yeah. Because at the gym, someone would play Real Big Fish all the
But
time.
Not that.
I don't want to say it. I'm open to anything. But yeah, not that for me either.
No, I'm not thinking maybe English. Are they English?
Oh, I don't know actually. But yeah, they did that cover of Take On Me and they'd be like, this is actually better than the original. I'm like, it's fucking not.
I wouldn't have thought so.
The original is very, very famous and so is Real Big Fish one, but it's not aha level, you know?
And nor could they ever come close to a film clip like that.
Yeah, exactly right. What would Gigi Good do with the Real Big Fish? From that one, yeah, that'd be awful. No one wants to see that.
No.
Oh dear. Did you hear the? Could we just make this maybe like a drag show drama podcast? Did you hear the drama around that?
Around what?
Gigi Good's thing, where
Oh, sorry. I thought you were Gigi Hadid, and I was like, that's out of my wheelhouse. I was
is it
just-
Gigi Good? Is
It's
that?
Gigi Good.
Yeah,
is that
cool.
right?
Okay.
Yes, and now I am so on board.
It was It was drama alert on that one.
What's the drama around her now?
I think it was
that
like-
she, a bit more production went
Bit more
into it
production.
than just in the the lounge room.
Yeah. What was the COVID rule that you flaunted the most, do you think?
I was zipping in and out of town, I will say.
Yeah.
I was living on my own, so you know.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I started sitting on my balcony and yelling out every car, make and model that went past at one point, and I was like, you know what, I might need some time alone.
Maybe I need to get on the road and see those cars up close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you have fun?
Did I have any what?
That you flouted?
Look, I was lucky at the time to have a partner that lived far away from me in terms of like travel. So, and you could go to your partner's house and they lived in a share house and I didn't. I was just living with my sister at the time, which is nice, but it's nice to break it up as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was good to travel and be like, people, this is all right.
I can chat.
Yuppie. I got so much to say. Yeah, I want to turn it up for this breakdown because it's about to get crazy. Paul Rudd just got it so right in I Love You, Man, when he the slapping of the bass.
Do you know, I feel like I've watched that. I'm not familiar.
Really?
Did you be doing it?
Oh, you go
Is that like they're
crazy.
obsessed with Rush or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, do you like Rush?
Love Rush.
Okay, cool.
Tom Sawyer? Yeah.
You feel the Rush. And
Absolutely.
I don't know anything about them apart from Tom Sawyer.
I feel like I was introduced to them through Freaks and Geeks.
Yes, okay, yeah. I was thinking about that show the other day and how many people are in it and were on it.
Yeah.
Only got one season?
Barely. Got cut halfway through the season and
Jesus.
I'm like, I guess we'll put the rest on a DVD for you folks.
Because how old was Seth Rogen in that?
Like 20 or something. It's
So
crazy.
crazy to think he was in that and he'd already written Superbad as well.
The man's got it.
He's got it.
Don't get me started on the ceramics.
Oh my god. Well, I was talking about it the other day as well. How he's like one of the guys I'm so happy has remained cool and fun. I was so worried we'd lose him to something.
We close call for a minute.
But no, he's just got good good playlists, good ceramics,
Yep.
good movies, good times. He's got a new TV show
Oh yeah, apparently. Fun watch.
about producing and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit inside baseball. Or
That's
something.
okay. That we know. We get it.
I'm like, that's stupid and unnecessary, but I'm like, the target audience exactly love that stuff. So
Where you
what
like
can you say?
pretend to know all the inside stuff.
Yes,
Of
I'm a producer.
Is that a best boy grip? Yeah, I see that best boy grip in the background. This is accurate. I think you'd make a great producer though.
I'll be like, the two ADs acting up behind the camera. I can't with this show.
I'm gonna go Christian Bale in a bit and just.
Yeah, I'd love to. Hey, that'd be my dream actually.
It would be so good. If they do a Christian Bale biopic, maybe you can be like the Andy Serkis and they'll wear a green screen and
Yeah,
then
I'll
they'll
be screaming.
get the mannerisms down and everything, you
Yeah,
know.
okay. Let's go to that.
Okay, it's coming to an end. The pace. Thank you, Pigbag, for all that you do for us. Watch
The bongos.
After this, I'm saying they're going to do a comeback tour.
I think they're on.
We
Yeah.
finally elevated them.
Yeah. The forum, Jan 2026.
We're booking you. We're getting commission on every ticket bought.
Yes.
Much like Ticket Take, it's going to pay for our gym memberships and pool and stuff like that as well.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
well, Holly, thank you so much for joining us in studio today. Did you have a nice time?
What
You
a
can be
pleasure
honest.
to be here. Fantastic. I loved it.
That's good. We've drank a coffee. We've sat here. We've learned a lot about pigs
Yep.
and funk, and more than anything, we've learned how to have a good time. I never know how to wrap up episodes. What do you think? Should we do a handshake and look at the
Yeah,
camera
I
and then
think
we'll call it a day? Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. One more. Just make sure we get it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's
Cheers.
good.